I got basically 85% for my dissertation, guys. I'm currently in the process of getting my dissertation published. Okay, so when I read that feedback, guys, about publishing my dissertation, I was like, wait a minute. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me once again back onto my channel. My name is Belinda, and if you've not already subscribed, please don't forget to press the subscribe button as well as turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload. If you're interested in nursing content, guys, this is the channel that you need to be subscribed on because I'm discussing everything around all things nursing. Okay, so as you read from the title of this video, guys, I am basically doing a tip and advice video on how to get a first class for your dissertation. So this video is not based only on nursing. This is based on everybody who is writing their dissertation at this point in time or in the near future, and you really want to do well. Okay, this is the video for you because as you guys can see, I got basically 85% for my dissertation, guys. So first class is normally when you get 70% and above. So I got 85% for my dissertation. I would really say I was more than comfortable in my first class, if that makes any sense. And I couldn't believe in myself. So basically we got our results on the 4th of May. 4 weeks after we submitted it, and never gotten anything more. I've always been around the 70, 71, 72, 78, you know, fluctuating between that. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I could get 85% for my dissertation or for any assignment, you know, never mind dissertation, but I did it, and I'm currently in the process of getting my dissertation published. Okay, so I'm very happy, very happy. That's one of my greatest achievements, I must say. I never thought that my dissertation, well, I never even thought about publishing anything. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to tell you guys the basic things that you need to know is to research. Dissertation, guys, is a research assignment. So you're gonna have to do quite a lot of research. Now, in regards to research, you can obtain your research from various research-based websites. You have to be very careful what kind of website you use. Read, okay? Reading around the relevant topic that you have chosen is very important as well, guys. Those are the basic tips. Okay, so I thought I should just come up here and do a video on how you can obtain high marks. So we're going to go into the 5 main tips that basically helped me to get my first class in my dissertation. If you are interested in knowing more, keep on watching. There's a couple of questions that you have to ask yourself prior to starting a dissertation. Now, this is the questions I ask myself. The first question I ask myself is, what type of dissertation am I writing? Okay, am I writing a quantitative, qualitative, RCT, randomized control trial, or am I writing mixed, you know, a mixture of them all? Okay. Secondly, you have to ask yourself is, how much are you aiming for? Now, if you are the type of person who does assignments, obviously, which would be, you know, to aim high marks. Funny enough, some people don't do assignments to earn high marks. They just do it for a pass because they've got no interest in studying further. And that's fine too, okay? It's all about you and your personal preference and what you want to achieve. So I remember asking myself this question. I set a goal for myself prior to starting my dissertation that I normally want to get around 70s because that's normally where I'm lingering in regards to my assignments. So I knew that I had to really do loads of research, loads of critical analysis in regards to the literature that I was utilizing. So asking questions shows that you've got an extensive sort of knowledge and idea about the information that you're basically conveying to the reader. Now, this is my advice and this is based on my personal experience. Most people might not agree with what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because it worked for me, okay? And my platform is all about transparency because I want to keep it real with you guys. So I'm going to tell you guys how it is. So tip number 1, normally they would say, or most people would say, that you should choose a topic that you like. If you're a nursing student, they would normally say choose a topic that you like or a field that you might be interested in specializing in or going into, or something that you might have encountered that triggers your mind to ask certain questions that you want answers to, they normally advise you to go around those things, because they say the more interested you are in a topic, you are more likely to, follow it through to the end. Now, I personally didn't go about it this way, like I said, okay? So basically, I came up with 3 topics. I'm just going to insert it. I chose 3 topics that I might be interested in writing. So I emailed them forward to my supervisor, and she said, Belinda, it is up to you what you want to discuss. The reason I emailed it to my supervisor was just for her to tell me whether they're on the right track or not, in regards to choosing, because at the end of the day, there's no point in choosing a topic that your supervisor doesn't agree with, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are marking your paper. So in order for me to come to a conclusion in regards to what topic I chose, was mainly based on the research available. Because let's be honest, there is no point in choosing a topic just because you like it. However, there is no research or literature article available to support your dissertation, because at the end, if you're not going to have enough research, you are going to hit a dead end, unfortunately, okay? And the whole point of the dissertation is for you to gather as much research as you possibly can, okay, and write your dissertation. So that's basically point number 1 that you want to consider in regards to choosing your topic. Point number 2 is to start early. This doesn't only apply for your dissertation, but it also applies for all the assignments. But start early with your dissertation. Dissertation is a big piece. It might be 5,000 for some universities, it might be 10,000 for some universities. It varies really. So start early. Starting early gives you enough time to really work through your dissertation, especially in parts or chapters rather that you might find difficult. Now, with me, I started with the literature review. Now, just because a dissertation is structured a certain way does not mean you have to start from the beginning all the way to the end. You can actually start anywhere, whichever one you feel comfortable in, as long as by the time your whole dissertation comes together, it makes sense in some way or another. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to start with the literature review chapter, because I feel like the literature review chapter is the largest part in your whole dissertation, and you have to be very careful, because for me particularly, sometimes when I type out my assignment, I tend to repeat myself a lot. So I had to make sure that I spend enough time on that piece specifically. So starting early gives you enough time to obviously not rush your work, and also write your work to the best of your ability. In addition to that, it gives you enough time to communicate, okay, with your supervisor on what adjustments need to be made for your dissertation, because starting ahead of time gives you enough time to plan your dissertation, gives you enough time to find the adequate and relevant literature articles, and like I said before, it gives you enough time to really communicate with your supervisors in regards to any concerns or what you might find difficult. Whereas if you do the dissertation in the last minute, there is a cutoff point when you can communicate with your supervisor. You're going to be under pressure, you're going to be stressed, most likely you're going to be repeating yourself and all other things that might come with it, okay? So give yourself enough time. For instance, with us, the dissertation was introduced in October. However, in October, we were undergoing clinical placements, so people didn't really start the dissertation until December, not even December time, because December time people were still celebrating Christmas and all of that, and so people would have started in January. However, the dissertation was due in March. So from October all the way to March, that gave us enough, like 6 months to actually work through our dissertation. However, most people, if you ask them, they will tell you they started in January or right after the New Year's. I would tell you guys that I started last year, October, straight there and then. As soon as they introduced the module, I started already, discussing what I want to be doing in regards to my dissertation. And basically by the New Year's, I was finished. So anything that happened between the New Year's and up to the deadline, I was basically rereading it, working through my reference, working through my citations, and making sure that I've got everything that I needed to get within that dissertation. Point number 3, in regards to your supervisor, guys. Obviously, the dissertation is something that you are given a supervisor that supports you, or supposedly supposed to support you, okay? So your supervisor plays an important role in your dissertation. You are assigned a supervisor for a specific reason. That supervisor is there to guide you, to help you, okay? So make use of the supervisor. I know at this point in time it's not like before where you could have gone and seen or saw the supervisor face to face, especially now with this whole pandemic or COVID going on. Now you have to do everything FaceTime and email and all of that. So but I do advise, communicate with your supervisor, like I said, and listen to their feedback. Okay, now firstly, your supervisor is the one that's going to be marking your dissertation. All right, so any feedback that they do give you, immaterial, where you might be in a position where you feel, no, what the supervisor is saying is not right, that's wrong, I don't agree with that. The supervisor says, I feel like that research topic is a bit out of hand in regards to what you want to say, you know, change it. Because at the end of the day, if you are adamant that you're correct and they are wrong, and you are basically following through with what you think, they're still gonna mark you down. Because at the end of the day, they asked you to change it and yet you still decide to carry on with it. So what's the point? There is no point, if you get what I'm saying. So listen well to your supervisor's feedback in regards to your dissertation. And I think I've mentioned it before, or if not, when you are doing your dissertation, there's a certain amount of time that you get a one-to-one with your supervisor. For instance, when I wrote my dissertation, we got 4-hour contact time with our supervisor. So those 4 hours, guys, make use of it. Okay, don't think, okay, I feel like I don't need it. No, I also felt like I didn't need it, but I made use of it. Okay, I asked questions, I emailed back and forth as much as I possibly can. So when we had FaceTime, I wrote down how many minutes I spent on that FaceTime with my supervisor, so that I can make sure that it comes up to the 4 hours that she says that it comes up to. Okay, so what I normally did is I got in touch with my supervisor when I firstly chose the topic, okay, and then I got in touch with her after I completed each chapter. So that would include, you know, the 4 or 5 chapters depending on how you structure your dissertation. So after my introduction, I got in touch with her. After my review of literature, I got in touch with her. After the methodology, I got in touch with her. My results, I got in touch with her, and the conclusions, I also got in touch with her. So if you think about it, in total, I got in touch with her 6 times just for that, and then the 7th time just to make sure that she's happy with everything, okay, that I did so far. My 4th tip in regards to what information you may use while you are writing your dissertation, like I mentioned before, going back to the first question that you ask yourself is, what type of dissertation am I writing? So firstly, it's very important to know the structure of your dissertation. It might sound simple, but sometimes you do get messed up. For instance, I will tell you guys where I messed up in regards to my structure, okay? And I got that feedback from my moderator. So the moderator said to me that in my dissertation, there are a couple of presentation errors, such as the content page, which was too many lines, okay, making it busy. In addition, I would have expected each chapter to be on a separate page. You should have put the literature search table in the method section, not the findings section. So my literature search table, I included it in the method section rather than in the findings section. So that was one of the little things. I wouldn't say it's a major thing, but it did contribute to my marks obviously being decreased to an extent. So that's what I'm saying, knowing the structure of your dissertation plays of great importance as well. Reading past papers to gather the information has helped me. Now, the reason I read past paper was not obviously to copy and paste. You don't want to copy and paste because it's going to come up with high plagiarism score, okay? But you do want to go through past papers, you know, just to get some sort of feel and understanding on how they wrote it. You know, when you're about to type yours, you can still replay in your head how other past dissertation papers have been written. Also, if you can ask your supervisor if they've got any past dissertation materials that they want to share with you. So that way you can also get a feel on how the supervisor wants the work to be presented prior to them marking your work, obviously. So obviously the main part and the most important part of your dissertation is to build your argument prior to it being presented in your conclusion. That plays a major part in your whole, you know, dissertation. The first point in regards to your dissertation, guys, is critical evaluation, as you may call it. Now, with critical evaluation, it might be simple for some, but it's not simple for all. It wasn't simple for me, and as much as I got 85% for my dissertation, it was difficult in regards to critical analysis. Critical analysis is normally what they expect from you on a master's level, but it will help you to boost your grades when you are using critical evaluation on a undergraduate level, all of this. The thing is, when you're writing a dissertation, you don't have to work hard, you have to work smart. I think that rule applies to mostly everything in life, really. And if you're a lazy person like me, who's always looking for an easy way out, these tips really helped me, you know, in regards to obviously getting higher grade, you know. So guys, these are my 5 basic tips, just simple. I do want to make a different video in regards to tackling each chapter. If you guys are interested in seeing how to go about chapter from chapter, you know, I will be more than happy to create a video based on that. And yes guys, this brings me to the end of my video. I hope you like this video guys. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye.